Oh, there we go. All right, ready?
3, 2, 1.
All right. Here for another edition of the Sporting Hour. It's going to be an abbreviated edition as we get ready to move to the new station. We're here at Pablo Vega studio, and he's been kind enough to let us record here. But things looking good. So, as usual, we got a jam-packed show, but we just open the show with a musical interlude, and this is going to be Curtis Mayfield, Hard Times. And we'll be back with you in a couple, 3 minutes. All right, and we're back. And that was Curtis Mayfield, Hard Times. And we got a jam-packed show tonight. We got NCAA championship games, men's and women's, NFL, NBA news, a little bit of baseball, Hall of Fame news, Carmelo Anthony into the Hall of Fame. It might be a little bit before Sam's time, but you remember that, don't you, Sam? You remember Carmelo, don't you?
Yeah. That's my time.
Yeah. That's your prime? Yeah, he won it. I guess so, yeah. He was good, man. Actually, very good. Could have been great. I think it was very good. Never really got in shape, but we'll get to that later. Also in that class, Sue Bird from the WNBA.
Right.
It's a jam-packed show, so we look forward to it. And also, I got some feelings on the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, and what they're doing or trying to do or who they're waiting on, which I still can't believe, by the way. Here we go. All right, we start the show with a thing like called the Woodshed. We take to task anybody in sports, be the coach. A coach, a fan, player, an executive, whatever the case may be. And we give it to them. Or we celebrate them. But this is called Don't Look Behind You. You know when you feel good about your job, your career, things are going well, you're well compensated, people know you're good at what you do, you know you're good at what you do. And then out of nowhere comes the hammer. Say hello to Taylor Jenkins and Michael Malone, 2 NBA coaches successful in the very tough West, who were unceremoniously fired. I think Jenkins was 44-29 at the time of his firing. Look at those stats for both, please, Sam. And Malone was 42-37. I think I got those numbers right.
Yeah,
but he's gonna
better. Yeah.
So Sam's gonna look it up. But I do know this: 11-13 since the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
4-game losing streak.
Yeah, 4-game losing streak, but also gotten their only championship.
They're 47-32 right now.
I'm sorry, 47-32.
I'll
So
pull up
he got
Jenkins,
fired with 3 games left in the regular season, and they fired the GM, Calvin Booth, who was the GM for that championship season.
Right. First championship they've ever had.
First and only.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what's going on with the Memphis Grizzlies, but I think Taylor Jenkins got some of the blame for having such a knucklehead as your absolute best player and Ja Morant.
Hey, he was 44-29.
Yeah, 44-29. What was his overall record?
He's 250 and 214.
That's 54%.
6 seasons.
And coaching and his best player, an idiot. Along with I think, man, his dad should be barred from the games.
Yeah, he gets kicked out of half of them.
Well, the knee-jerk reaction now is, well, they're getting paid. Yeah. But dressing like you're 18, big chains, acting crazy, and then you wonder why your son gets expelled or suspended from games without pay.
Right.
You can't control him, and you're his daddy. Come on, man. But I don't know why they fired Michael Malone. I just don't get that. It's the only coach Jokic's ever had.
Yeah, the best player in basketball.
You think so? I do too.
Yeah, absolutely. For like 4 years, probably.
Not the most valuable, but the best.
Right.
That's the difference. Best player and MVP is not the same award. We've talked about this in the show before. It's not. If that's the case, Jordan have 12, maybe Kareem have 12. I mean, just like Barry Bonds, I think has 9 MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best player in the league for 12, 13 years. If you just give it to the best player. I always use these, again, Sam, I use the Steve Nash.
Kobe.
Kobe comparison. Steve Nash is not a better player than Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was the best player in the league, but how valuable are you if your team doesn't make the playoffs?
Right.
Yeah. The year before Nash got there, the Suns won 21 games. They switch him out with Marbury. They win 61. Come on. That's most valuable. Yeah, not the best player, but most valuable. And also something I got to say about Steve Nash, if he was as aggressive as offensively as Curry, he was a Curry before Curry.
Mm-hmm.
He could shoot just like, man, that guy could.
Right.
Oh, my God. He was very content to run the show and get others involved. Now they got what the Suns are doing. Everybody's doing now. Second or last, shooting a lot of threes.
Right.
Everybody's doing that. But the Suns are doing it 20 years ago.
Right. Mike D'Antoni.
This is gonna be a nice, pretty little bit of trivia for you. Why does Kobe Bryant wear 8?
Wow.
He was growing up in Italy. Mike D'Antoni was a star player in the Italian basketball league. One of them 8 was Kobe Bryant's favorite player. Ain't that crazy?
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
I didn't know that.
D'Antoni was good though. He tried to run the same system in New York, just didn't work. Didn't have the players.
Yeah.
But he was good, man. Did he coach the Lakers for a hot minute?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I can pull him up too.
Yeah, look up his record.
But no,
go. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say Jenkins and Malone are both like the winningest coaches in their team's history. So,
it's a crazy. I've never seen anything like it, man.
Malone has won. He's won more. He's won 9 playoff series. The Nuggets' entire history before that, they won 9. So it's even. For the 10 years he was here and the entire rest of history, and they're firing him. I think it's got to be something with the owner, right? Kroenke.
Does Kroenke own the...
I think so.
He owns the Nuggets?
Mm-hmm.
Look up and see who the owner is. It's D'Antoni. Look at that.
Yeah, we'll go to D'Antoni first.
First, Mike D'Antoni. Coaching, right?
Yeah, he was with the Lakers in 2012. So that's when Kobe retired, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
He sounds like a fun guy, too.
Yeah, he's been all over the NBA.
Yeah, we played
with
a name like D'Antoni. He played in the Italian league, man, for forever. And he was Kobe Bryant's favorite player growing up.
That's cool. I didn't know
that. Cool? Isn't that great? He's why he wore 8.
2-time coach of the year. Anyway, what was the other thing I was looking? Kroenke.
Yeah. Just look up Denver Nuggets owner.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think it's Dan Kroenke.
I think there we go.
Yep. I think Sam, I got to take my hat off. Sam is right.
But anyway, it's pretty shocking, I think. Especially what I don't get is so close to the playoffs. You know, why
make no sense.
I mean, make the change after the season. Why make the change right now? They're like 2 weeks from the playoffs, maybe a little bit more than that.
What's the old cliche I always throw at you, Sam, sometimes? Some people don't want to get it right, just want to be right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't want to get it right, just want to be right.
Right.
Yeah, so. And then you got, what's the man's name? The people from in Memphis. Now, I think that has a lot to do with inability to corral Ja Morant. Usually in football, your leash is only as long as your talent. So if that's the case, Ja Morant has been around for a while, but the guy is good.
Right.
But he's a knucklehead. He had a chance to be the face of the league, man.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Note that I did
he
say
started beating up kids and stuff.
Yeah, that and having guns, taking video with guns. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know if this is I feel like he had the chance to be what Shea is doing now. Similar kind of maybe more explosive
but
than
who's
Shea.
doing?
But Shea.
Yeah. Shea's, but Morant, the thing about Morant is, I think is this type of game he's playing now will be short-lived because playing over the rim at that size, injuries start to add up.
Right.
Going to take the falls, the hard fouls. You know?
Yeah.
Just like, remember Derrick Rose?
Yeah. Or Dwayne Wade even.
Dwayne Wade's a good example. Dwayne Wade improved his jump shot as years went on because he was not a high flyer anymore.
Right.
Allen Iverson, first 4 or 5 years in the league, he was in there dunking on people at 5'10". But Chris Webber says he's the greatest athlete he's ever seen. That Iverson is.
Huh.
To do what he used to do at that size and intimidate people.
Yeah.
At 5, he said, man, the dude was 5'10", 150, man. Bubba Chuck. Jesus, that dude was electrifying. But anyway, getting back to the woodshed. I just don't see the value in firing a guy with the less than 5 games left in the regular season.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
So what are they going to do about the playoffs? Both of them going to make it.
Right. They could very well be third in the West. They have a 50% chance or 46% chance of dropping down into the play-in because the 5th place, which is right behind them, is a tie. It's like a tie for 5th between 3 teams.
I understand that's titillating for the reader and for the fan, but that ain't going to happen.
Yeah. No, the Nuggets are in the top grouping of teams, top 3-4 teams, for sure.
East and West.
No, West.
West. Which means because the East is so much better than the West. That says a lot.
Or the East.
The West is so much better than the East. I said it backwards.
Yeah.
The West is so much better than the East. It's laughable.
Yeah, I think you sent me a stat about the Thunder and the East.
29-1 against the East. Come on, man. 29-1, bro. There's no comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back, I was going to say this one thing about the OKC Thunder and SGA. Now, I watched SGA at Kentucky. I did.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good player.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get to be a bum and go to Kentucky.
Right.
But what I'm saying is this. I never saw this coming.
No.
He averaged 11 points a game his
first year.
His first year at Kentucky. No, at first year with the Clippers.
Yeah.
And then he was involved in that Paul George trade. And, man, it's been lights out.
Mm-hmm.
Can we look up what he's done since Yeah, Sam's on it. For our listeners out there, we're talking about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the incredibly eerie consistency he's had as a player. All right.
There it is.
First year with the Clippers, 11 points a game, 10.8. Gets traded, it gets swapped in that Paul George trade, 19 points a game. But we got to look at the field goal percentage, though. That's what's amazing. 19 points a game, 47%. 23 points a game, 51%. 24.5 points a game, that's down. It's down to 45, but I'll take that from a backcourt guy. 30 points a game, the guy shot, where is it?
51.
51. So 51, 53, 51. For his career, he's 24 points a game, 50% from the floor. And went from the line. He's pretty automatic from the line.
Mm-hmm.
86%.
86%.
Yeah, so you put him on the line, you can pretty much warm the bus up. Right. You can count that.
No Tyrese Proctor.
You want to let that go?
No, I won't.
I'm a Carolina guy for obvious reasons. But I think players look at this a little bit different. Fans, I use the word hate. Is that a little weak, Pablo, for your hate?
Yeah.
A little weak? You hate, dude?
It's accurate.
Sam?
Yeah, I'd say it's accurate.
Like,
yeah.
But I think UNC will get better with
Yeah, there's been some. The outlook isn't.
They
great.
haven't had a stud.
They picked up the guy from Arizona, the 7-footer.
But I'm talking about where the opposing coach, the night before, can't get no sleep. And he's got Jack Daniels stains in his shirt. You know what I mean?
Not since maybe like Kobe White, I would say.
He was on the way to be a stud.
Yeah.
He only played 1 year.
Right.
He was on the way to be a stud.
The 5 stars, I saw like a unsettling stat about the 5 stars since 2020. All of them have transferred except for I'm missing one. I can find it, but yeah.
The point I'm making is this: the last NBA Kobe White's turned into a pretty good player. I'll give him credit, and Cam Johnson's not bad with the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Lawson was a stud. Do you agree, Pablo? Do you agree?
Yeah.
A stud. What year is this, guys? 2025. That was 2009, man.
Right.
That's how long it's been. I mean, a guaranteed, absolute, what are we going to do with this guy, player?
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy was great, man. Been a minute. College basketball, man, you got to have a good, to be a good team, you got to have a stud, ball-handling thinking guard. It's been a minute since we had one. R.J. Davis was a ball handler's height, but he's a scoring guard. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Allen Iverson was 5'10", but he was a scoring guard. Now, those two guys are in the same galaxy, but what I'm saying is they haven't had a – Ty Lawson's the last, in my mind, stud because he was also a 3-year player.
I mean, Marcus Page, maybe.
He was good.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Yeah. See, I think what's happened is either you're a great player or you stink. There's no in between. No one says he's good anymore. He's great. You see what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
It's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with being a good player. But check this out. I've said this before. Sam surely heard me say this. If all the girls are good looking, then nobody is because there's nothing compared to. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody can't be good looking. Just that's not the way it works. Everybody can't be great. So I don't know. All right, we're gonna move on. My co-host, Mr. Happy Cole, will be joining us soon.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Yeah, he's doing comedy out there on the ship somewhere, but he'll be joining us around 10, 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. And we look forward to his input. But what we're going to do now is run down some topics here and see what we got. First and foremost, obviously, I can't wear Half's a big South Carolina women's fan. Here's what Half does. He was singing South Carolina's praises. South Carolina gets slapped up. He sends me a text and gets out in front of it so we can't pick on him during the show. UConn was just better. Yeah. Yeah. He gets out in front of him, man, so you can't make fun of him. Florida, Houston. Florida came back in 4 of their 5 games in the tournament. They are an example of not hanging your head and keep playing. And I didn't know this. I think you told me this today. Maybe been you. Walter Clayton Jr., their best player, was a transfer from Iona.
Right.
I didn't know that.
And he was clutch. He was clutch in every single one of those comebacks.
This year.
Most outstanding player.
I think he made himself an NBA prospect this year. But during the tournament, he made some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a stud, man. He's got the body, too. He's 6'4", 210, maybe 212.
And something impressive in that game was he really didn't play that well until the end. He played at the end.
Didn't shoot that well, but he played well. He has 7 assists, 3 turnovers. That's 3.5 to 1.
Right.
Any coach would take that.
Right.
Matter of fact, a coach would stand on a mountaintop and scream for that. 3.5 to 1. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But Clayton's good, man. I got to admit, I've had not so many good things to say about Calvin Sampson over the years. One thing I can say is that guy doesn't know basketball. He does know basketball. Might be a little shady.
Yeah.
But he does know hoops.
I was really surprised by the final play call by him to not go to the rim and try and get free throws or a 2 or something, try and go for the 3, and they ended up not getting a shot off at all.
It was not his finest hour.
It was just a weird move for me, but I don't know. They were good at that for most of the season. So maybe
they had a lot of Houston had a lot of older, strong, grown type men situations.
Yeah,
like they had diesel guys.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Cryer was going for his second national championship.
Who's that?
Cryer was going for his second national championship.
Okay, I missed that. Who did he play for?
LJ Cryer, Houston's point guard.
But who was he with before then?
Baylor. He was the
I had no idea.
man on Baylor 2 years ago.
Ah,
yeah.
I think he made some money too.
Yeah.
I think he's like one of those smaller scoring guards that can play in base. 6'2", but he's really off guard.
Yeah.
But I think he proved he can do it.
I really thought Houston had it after. I don't know. They had the experience. That's why the ending was so weird to me. They kind of fell apart. Florida's defense really showed up at the end. Really showed up.
What happened to Houston happened against the team they beat before that? Happened to they broke down.
Yeah, it was almost the exact same game, but flipped.
Really?
It seemed like, with Houston being the opposite.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The outcome, yeah. If they played a 7-game series, I think Florida still beats them 4-3.
Really?
Yeah. 7-game series. You think Houston wears them down physically?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they had the game for most of it.
It's okay if I disagree. Sorry, but I don't think Walter Clayton's going to go 3 for 11, 3 for 12 many games though.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's from down there where Hap's from. He's from Lake Wells, Florida.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Let's see what Walter Clayton did for the year.
Yeah.
For the tournament, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Tournament stats.
I saw an interesting stat that, or not, it's not really a stat, but all 3 of the Final 4 games, the team that was winning at the final media timeout ended up losing.
Oh, so the team looked like they're going to win. They're losing.
Yeah,
Got you. Well, it's also just proves just don't stop playing, man.
Right.
So his 18 points a game at Florida. Not bad.
18 the year before, too. 17 at Iona the year before that.
Let's see what's really impressive is from the backcourt. Look at his but clutch at, look at that, 87.5 at line.
Yeah.
87.9. Oh, I'll take all that. So he played for Patino at Iona.
Yeah.
Ah.
More Patino influence.
I think that guy, man, a little crazy, like I said, but one of the top 5 coaches all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the top 5 coaches ever.
That's R.J. Lewis, the star up there, is out now in the portal.
Louis? R.J. Lewis?
Early,
yeah. Something happened at the end, man. Something broke.
Yeah.
But see, it's not like it used to be when you get a kid's face, he had to take it and come back.
Right.
Now I say, okay, I just go to another school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Ian Jackson in the portal from UNC, I wonder if he goes there after.
He's from New York.
Right, exactly, yeah. But
he's from right down the street. My old teammate Jimmy Black. Jimmy Black with the Cardinal Hayes. I can't remember where he went, but yeah, he's from the Bronx.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Sam. That could come to fruition, bro.
We'll take R.J. Lewis.
You know what is recruiting is important. I think now what's even more important is retention.
Yeah.
You got to hold on to your players.
It's turning into transfer is just important, if not more.
Somebody's got to be in charge, man. When you have deregulation, things go nuts. Business-wise, the economy, obviously sports, everything. Somebody's got to be in charge, man. And no one's in charge. It's just the rules. Now, what you could say is, well, coach has been doing it for years. They jump around. Why can't players jump around? Which is true. I don't know. They got to do something. All right. UConn and Gino Auriemma slapped South Carolina all around the court. Like I said, I'm seeing what my friend Happy has to say because he's an expert at getting out in front of things after he makes a declaration. That's what he'll do, Pablo. He'll make a statement, and then if it doesn't work out, he'll send me a text and get out in front of it the next day before I have a chance to blast him on there. But that was no contest, man.
Mm-hmm. Gino Auriemma's stats get even crazier. 36 years, 24 Final Fours, 12 national championships.
The 24 Final Fours, man, just, oh, my God.
2 out of every 3 years. That's crazy.
What year was that? That school down the road that you guys hate, they did it like 10 years in a row.
Right.
No, I take it back. 86 to like 96. And they had 1 year they didn't make it. It went 9 out of 10 years. 3 championships. 2 championships.
That was the other thing with Houston, not to go too far back.
No, that's
this
okay.
is their fifth time in a row being in the Elite Eight, second Final Four in that time. I thought they would finally get it.
Guess who won those losses were to?
I
was on that team. We beat Elijah was a freshman.
Oh, right, yeah.
He was coming off the bench, playing 15, 20 minutes a game. And no way he was 7 feet. But he's going the next year, he was the best player in the country. Him and Pat Ewing. But yeah, we beat him down there in New Orleans. Beat him kind of handily. They had a guard called Rob. God, what's that guy's last name? He's an All-American. I'm looking right at him. Had Jerry Carroll. Houston guard Rob Williams.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it was 21 a game.
he was nice, man.
Clyde Drexler's on that.
They were fresh. They were sophomores.
Yeah.
Larry Michaud. And when the greatest ever I got dunked on moments, James Wood dunked on Larry Michaud. He was never the same. I mean that.
Yeah. 5 NBA guys on that team, though.
Listen to me. We went to the Four Corners and went to the Superdome. And the crowd goes, boring. You can kind of hear it because the Superdome's so big and vast. They passed that ball to James Wood. He passed it back out. He got the ball back. Looked right at Larry Michaud. Came from that corner, man. It was the biggest flush I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And Michaud was done after that play. He broke his spirit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He kind of looked like
confidence.
you guys are. Well, Pablo grew up down here. Pablo, you remember being a kid, seeing a dog always chained up, and he just looked like in his eyes like somebody, please help me. He was done. That's what Michaud looked like the rest of that game, man. He was done, man. James Stick broke his spirit, man. But anyway, yeah, Rob Williams, man, he was good. Jimmy cut him off like turning off a faucet too. Jimmy Black was a great defensive guard. They listed him at 6'2", but he was like 6'3" and some change and rangy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was great, man. All right. Here we go. I usually don't like to say anything about my man Stephen A. Smith. Granted, he doesn't know what he's talking about sometimes, but I think it's more of a performance
Right.
than anything else. He says Gino Auriemma is the greatest coach in American sports history. Now, that's going out there. I don't believe that.
I don't know. I feel like that's making a point, like sort of just to make a point.
Yeah.
I don't
Just
know.
just to make a take because
Yeah.
he got a million
But
followers.
because it is reasonable in a way. Like his numbers are kind of unmatched, but also you got to look at sort of the level of competition that's always there. Women's basketball, college basketball is getting better.
Yeah,
in
but
that
like you said,
regard,
there's every year there's maybe 7 to 8 teams that could possibly, 1 or 2 teams that definitely can, 6 or 7 more teams that can get in the mix, but it's not the top 20
Right.
should be they
There's
should
not
have
a lot of parity.
they should have the
in it,
top
yeah.
9,
Yeah.
top 8, and Gino Auriemma's had 5 or 6 like generational players.
Yeah.
Most coaches
Yeah.
don't get that. Yeah.
Beckers, Brianna Stewart. I mean, there's plenty more. Was Tarasi?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's my pick. I say Cheryl Miller like automatically. I think Tarasi might be the best player I've ever seen. But also there's recency bias there because
Right.
she's fresh in my memory.
Right.
Cheryl Miller was good, man.
89% winner. That's crazy.
Was
But
that-
anyway,
Say the 89% thing again.
he's at 88% actually win-loss record over his whole career.
No one's ever gonna touch that.
Yeah.
Beckers can come back, can't she?
I know. I think it's her 5th year with the COVID. I think it's
Oh,
her
yeah.
last year. She's projected number 1. I'm fairly certain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
To do what she's done at the 2 ACL tears,
Right.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Look up her. Look up.
Yeah, I was about to pull her up. She averaged 19.9 points.
Now think about this. Now she probably didn't play in a lot of games the last 7, 8, 10 minutes because they were blowing people out.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
She's so good, man. Wasn't she like National Player of the Year as a freshman?
Yep. And an All-American again last year and surely this year.
I'm really interested to hear what Hap's going to say. It's going to be
Yeah.
great. Yeah, it's gonna
He's
be
our
great.
resident.
He's good at
women's
women's
basketball.
No, he's good at college football. College football is really good. And he's really interested in women's, top tier women's college
Yeah.
basketball. He makes jokes about those scores sometimes. They're funny as
Yeah.
well.
Wow.
Let's look up the latest NBA Hall of Fame class.
Sure.
I know Carl Malone Anderson in there, but some other notables in there too. Oh yeah. Now people forget, man. Dwight Howard ended up being kind of a joke, but he was like 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time rebound champion, block shots, all that. He was good, man. And then literally the game changed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The game changed, man. But Kobe Bryant did not like that guy because he said he didn't take things seriously. Did that picture of him smiling and laughing? He was always like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even during tight minutes of the game. He played for the Lakers briefly. Do you know that?
Who? Sorry.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
And Kobe Bryant ran him out of there. Here's the Hall of Fame class. Carmelo, Dwight Howard, Sue Bird, Maya Moore. Oh, she was good. Sylvia Foles, she was good too. Danny Crawford, I think is an official.
Yeah.
Billy Donovan.
Billy Donovan.
Man, listen to this story, man. I gotta tell you this. So Billy Donovan was a 5'11", 190-pound guard at Providence. Fat,
Yeah.
wasn't playing much. Patino gets a job. Billy Donovan told me this story personally. He said, I was in my room, in my dorm, summer school. I was eating pizza. I had a couple of beers. It's a hard knock on the door. Open the door. It's a new coach, Rick Pitino. So he took a look at it and said, if you lose 25 pounds, don't even bother showing up in the fall. But Dante went back. He finished his pizza, finished his beer, said, that was it. 2 years later, he's a first-team All-American.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, he put the work in, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He said Rick Pitino changed his life, man. Changed his life. And he played for the Knicks for a while when Pitino was a coach.
Yeah.
Then After his NBA thing was done, 2 or 3 years or whatever it was, he gets a job at West Virginia with what's the guy that was Randy Moss? Jason Williams, White Chocolate.
Yeah.
Then Dalvin takes a job at Florida, brings Williams with him. The rest is history. You know, Bill Dalvin was coaches for those back-to-back national championships.
Florida, yeah.
Yeah. All right,
He
who we got?
retired kind of young, yeah.
No, he's with no. He was the Bulls. He coached the Bulls right now.
left.
Yeah, he
Florida,
left kind of young, yeah. All right, here we go. Sylvia Foles, Defensive Player of the Year, WNBA, 11, 13, 16, 21. Oh, man. I know she was that good. Go up.
Yeah.
Sue Bird.
Sorry, we want to see.
Oh, man. Four-time WNBA champion. She played 21 years? I didn't know that. Jesus. 13-time All-Star. And has been recognized as one of the 25 greatest players in league history. She's all-time WNBA leader in wins, games played, assists, and minutes. Well, something going on. And she was pretty good. I remember in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go up, Dwight Howard. Go up.
Yeah. Dwight Howard.
Jesus. Did you realize he had almost 15,000 boards? Man, it's crazy.
10th all time.
I mean, went to the NBA Finals. Couldn't make a free throw, though. And had no go-to move.
Yeah.
Most big guys have a go-to move. He didn't have one.
Yeah, his go-to move was to miss the free throw. Yeah.
And he was very successful.
Yeah. No, but I remember when he was,
hot stuff.
Yeah, when he was Defensive Player of the Year, it seemed like every year it was.
Oh, he was great, man.
Close
He was great.
for a while. Before there was the whole him leaving Orlando, and he had some like weird sort of scandals and stuff.
I think there's some stuff going on with him. You know, when he first came to the league, and his dad's this big ordained minister in Atlanta. He wanted to change the logo from Jerry West to Jesus. I'm not making that up.
I believe it.
I always talk about that, but it's got kids everywhere. Praise the Lord. You know what I mean? And of course, Carmelo.
Yeah.
I know his average that high though, 22.5 points a game for his career. That's pretty good.
Yeah. He was obviously really good.
A great post scorer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he had that mid-range jump shot.
Yeah. I remember seeing some huge games from him where he scored like 60.
I think he broke Bernard King's record for.
He did. I think.
Yeah, for cause Bernard had 60. I think he had like 61 or 62 against somebody. Yeah.
Bernard King.
Oh, that was great, man. That team was really good, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that group is really good. Congratulations to that group. They're really good. Let's see if we left out anybody. Danny Crawford, the official. I see his face right now, but who knows anything about official? He was good though, obviously. And the 2008 Olympic team, the whole team got in.
The whole team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if anybody else. Are we missing anybody else?
We didn't talk about Maya Moore.
Oh, she was great.
Yeah.
Now see that's something
4
else
championships.
that's something else that Ariema has, that she's a generational transformative player.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find one of these top women's basketball players that wasn't a UConn player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the 3 women that got in, 2 of them UConn people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, here we go. We're going to move on now. Sam, there's a big thing about Shadur Sanders dropping in the draft.
Right.
That's what I will say about Shadur Sanders. The guy had no offensive line and no running game and completed 74% of his passes. That says something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
74%. Now, he's not a great off-the-charts athlete. Mm-hmm. That's true. He's
pocket pass.
He's a pocket passer.
Yeah.
He's a drop-back pocket passer.
But
he had no blocking and no running game.
It's the opposite of like those Alabama quarterbacks who come out.
Speaking of that, gives his comp is in my mind.
Who?
Tua.
Not
overly big.
Tua's a little mobile. I guess so.
Not overly big, not overly athletic, but accurate.
Yeah.
They can put the ball where it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're the Browns, if I'm the Browns, I take Shadur Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants wanted him, I don't think he'd be around.
At 3rd?
8. Giants pick 8.
Oh, that's right.
But the Browns picked 2nd Because I think what was the man?
I'll pull it.
The man Cam Ward's gonna get it, man.
Yeah. Okay, we got it.
I think that's Mr. Cole. All right, Hap.
Okay.
Time to face the music. Oh, UConn did something to your girls, to your Lady Gamecocks. What you got to say about that?
Well, you have to give credit where credit's due, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, South Carolina came for a basketball game. UConn came for a scrimmage.
Damn.
So, and basically what that ended up being for them, it was just a real long scrimmage with TV commercials and people. That's all. Other than that, they didn't even have to wear the jerseys. They could have wear the practice stuff. So it was that kind of game. You can see obviously the class and the style and the athleticism and which Connecticut clearly outshined South Carolina. Now, South Carolina is my team, and they've been living for about 5 or 6 years, but they've always had a dominant player along with Coach Don Staley's offensive scheme and defensive scheme.
Not this year.
This year, they don't have a dominant player.
You're right.
They don't have a dominant player. And normally they even have one dominant player and one slightly dominant player on that team, going all the way back to, Asia Wilson and so on, and Boston and so on and so on. But they don't have that this year. They don't have it. So, and they did good to get there.
Right.
They did great to get there. But they was just simply in the deep end of the pool when they played Connecticut. And I think those girls from Connecticut wanted it more than the girls from South Carolina did. And there was nothing Don Staley could do. No scheme, no halftime speech, no rah-rah moments, no get in there and get one for the Gipper type deal. Yeah. None of that would have helped. They were going to take an ass kicking no matter what. Well, so you take your ass kicking, you take it,
you regroup,
and you come back next year. They're already ranked number one, preseason poll number one. They're already ranked number one. So nothing you can do about that game. You can talk about it. You can tell them what happened, but not going to change the result. You took an ass kicking. Connecticut won the national championship. See you next year. Turn the lights off in the gym when you leave.
You know what I saw from that game was that AZ Fudd, I think her name is. She's better than I thought, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a good player.
Yeah. Well, they have players on that team. All of them are players,
Yeah.
You can't beat a team like South Carolina without having players around Beckers.
Yeah.
I mean, Beckers is great, but without those other players around her, they wouldn't be in that championship game because she had a couple of great games in the tournament where she went 34-30, which is 34-37. I'm sorry,
scored
which
40
was
against
amazing.
Somebody.
But
yeah.
She wasn't even the lead scorer in the championship game.
No, Fudd. AZ Fudd, man.
So those other girls stepped up. That whole starting five that Coach Gino put out there, they came to play, and they can play. They can play.
And their fresh is pretty good too. Strong.
I would go as far as to say they could beat a men's basketball team. It was in. So I know that they can flat out play basketball. Those girls can, man.
God,
they're athletic. They run the floor. They can handle. They can do. Man, yeah. And Fudd and the freshman you mentioned.
Yeah, strong.
Along the Beckers, they wanted it, man. They wanted it.
Yeah. All right. The men's championship. Florida came back for the fourth time in the tournament to win. I didn't know this, man. Walter Clayton Jr. transferred into Florida from Iona. Did you know that? So he played
from Iona. He used to play for Rick Pitino.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Sam informed me that today. I did not know that, man. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Here's what happened. He got up there and something was going on with his family, and his mom went to the coach of Florida because he's from, my neck of the woods, and she went to the coach of Florida, and she said, listen, I'd like to bring my boy home because I need him to come back. We got some things going on. Is there any chance that you'd be interested in it?
See, you never know what's going on.
And the next thing you know,
boom. And then Bettino takes a job at St. John's. Yeah. Jeez.
So when that kid transferred from Iona, man, Florida just, and even though Houston played the best defense on him of any team they played this year, but he still contributed to that team scoring about 27 points.
Yeah, 7 assists, man, against 3 turnovers. I'll take that. Yeah. So he had 7 assists, played great defense, and he's also the backcourt guy in Florida who can match up physically with Houston's team. That's a strong kid, man. We're talking about. Clayton Jr.'s got to be about 6'4", 210.
No, he's 6'3", 6'2".
Strong though.
He's definitely strong. Yeah.
Yeah. He's an
but
NBA player.
they played good defense on him though.
Yeah,
They did. I mean,
there's a hand in his face
they
everywhere we
played
went.
really
best
good
defense in the
defense on him.
country. Yeah.
Well, you get to be a marked man. People get to recognize you. They know who that guy is.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get used to it.
Yeah, but that's the old Bill Belichick rule. We're not going to let him beat us.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good. Hey, that's a great point, Hap. That's what I'm gonna kill that guy when I see him. The Bill Belichick take away your bet. You heard me? Take away your best weapon. Is that what you're talking about? That was Belichick, though. He did that. He's
and
the best.
we're not going to let that guy beat us.
Yeah. The rest of the guys
He did it for years.
Yeah.
So that's the old, and unfortunately, I feel bad for Coach Sampson. And man, that guy, man, just a wonderful coach, man. He's every program he's gone to, they've won. And he came to Houston, and they hadn't been good since Guy Lewis, back with Five Slammer Jammer. But he came in and turned that program around, man, and got them wins and just amazing record he's amassed at Houston. But they I think I've got this right. They've been to the Final Four 6 or 7 times and came away empty every time.
Yeah.
They win
every time.
They went, Hap, we beat Georgetown. Obviously, you know that game when Michael hits a shot, blah, blah, blah. To get to that championship game, guess who we beat?
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah, you had to beat Houston.
Yeah, Clyde Drexler.
Yeah. So,
Elijah
Wan.
Michael
Young. They
Young.
have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still haven't won.
Larry Michon.
Larry Michon, yeah. Hey, I was telling I was telling Sam and Pablo that after James Woods dunked on Michon, he was never the same, man. Never the same. Like seriously, I think Stick broke his spirit on that dunk, man. It was amazing. But I don't know.
Well, that just means that he was a little bit mentally weak. That's all.
Yeah, because what happened was went to the four corners and the Houston crowd started saying boring, boring, and they passed that ball back to Stick. He put that ball down, did that long jab step and hook slam. Oh my God. Larry Michon couldn't get a rest.
Well, I'm telling you right now, you dunk on me. You dunk on me, I'm going to try and dunk on your back or hurt you the next time.
Oh, yeah.
So,
got to come back, man.
You ain't going to make me quit till you dunk on me. You're supposed to do that. I didn't do my job.
I didn't know this.
Try harder next time.
I didn't know this. The kid, L.J. Cryer, he was in that championship team at Baylor.
Yeah, he wanted, he sure was.
So you're saying if he'd have won that, he'd been the only guy, Sam, with 2 championships at different schools?
I'm
the only guy in history.
I think so, yeah.
The only guy in history won 2 championships at 2 different schools.
He's the
only guy in history.
Sam can bring some stuff up now. How about did the woodshed on this?
Yeah, that is true.
I did the woodshed on this. Successful NBA teams firing their head coach. Grizzlies fired Taylor Jenkins. The Nuggets fired Mike Malone today. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I believe it.
I think it was something going on between Malone and the GM, and they got rid of both of them. And with the Grizzlies, I think it was Taylor Jenkins' inability to corral John Morant. But who has? That guy's an idiot, man, and his dad's worse than him. When you
see, it doesn't surprise me
about
these coaches getting fired. It doesn't surprise me.
With 4 or 5 games left in the regular season?
2 seasons after championships.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me one bit. No.
Because
the NBA is a business and always will be a business.
Okay.
And if I'm a business owner and I don't like the product that I'm looking at, I'm going to make changes. Doesn't matter when. I make changes, but I am going to make changes.
If that's true, they damn sure did it. I'm talking
So
about. I'm talking about with less than 5 games left in the
Doesn't
season.
surprise me.
Are you just giving up on this season?
Doesn't matter.
That's what I don't get.
That and they, I mean, not like they were losing; they were winning.
They've had bad 20 games, but
half.
still.
You
Yeah,
say
but
it don't
Denver
matter
had
how.
lost 7 out of the last 10 games.
Yep, and
Denver had lost 7 of the last 10 games.
11 and 13.
And the product did not look good to the owner.
Murray's been out.
So,
yeah.
And I don't blame the owner for making a change because it's his team and his money.
Yep.
He pays for all that, so he can do whatever the hell he wants to do when he wants to do it. And he felt like there was a change necessary. So, hey, see you, Malone.
I did not realize that Stan Kroenke was part of the Denver ownership group. You know, the guy that owns St. Louis Blues, LA Rams,
Yeah.
LA Rams. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what he is, dude? He's incredibly successful, but you never hear anything about him. You know what I mean? They said when he's counting, it said that money, that paper moving. You never think about that guy.
Yeah.
The exact opposite of who?
Yeah, but
The exact opposite of who, Hap?
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
Yeah. Jerry Jones.
But yeah, man, firing the coaches.
Yeah. Some
Hap.
people had high hopes for the Cowboys.
NBA Basketball Hall of Fame. Carmelo's in, bro. Sue Bird.
Yeah, well, he should be.
Yeah, he should be. Sue Bird. Sylvia Foles, who was very good. Man, I think this is down your way. This is the next town over from Happy. Dwight Howard. He was great at Orlando, man. Say what you want. He's a little crazy, but he was great at Orlando, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He
was a dominant force in the NBA for
3-time
for
defensive player of the
years.
year.
Yeah.
8 All-NBA selections. And then gone. The game changed and he was gone. Couldn't make a free throw. Hey, and Billy Donovan.
You said, did you say his game changed or the game changed?
The game changed. He was
Oh,
gone.
how so?
I'm talking about the jump shot. He couldn't make a jump shot. He couldn't move out. It was all putbacks. He was a horrible free throw shooter. I think Steph Curry around that time started changing. Well, it's a little early actually, but it started changing. But I think Dwight Howard gets a bad rap. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He has always not done those things.
Right.
But at the end, though, wasn't he kind of a joke?
He had some injury issues, didn't he, too?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was a joke because he was doing stuff off the court.
Yes, I'm saying. I'm saying he had crazy personal stuff going on.
Yeah, a couple of missed field goals.
Because the game didn't change. I mean, he always played the same way he always did.
He could board them.
You know, he was a limited player.
Yeah.
He was a great defensive rebounder. He was a great shot blocker.
Dunker.
He was a great post defender.
Yeah.
But other than that, though,
that's it.
You know, his game was limited. I mean, he was not, believe it or not, what Shaquille O'Neal was.
Well, let me ask you a question, Hap. And I'll ask Sam, too. If Shaq played today, are we looking at a 25, 30-point guy still? I think so.
You're looking at the same thing that Jokic is doing in Denver. Shaq could do it probably a little bit more. The difference is, though, Shaq could get penalized because he can't shoot free throws and Jokic can.
He wouldn't be in the game late. You're right.
So
yeah, you're right. Shaq was an underrated passer, man.
So because every time you saw Shaq, you just thought, you know, power, strength. The guy had phenomenal touch on passes and
that was great.
Had good court vision, good basketball IQ. But, you know, he's not known for that. He's just known for, okay, I'm going to run you over, I'm going to dunk on you, then I'll run back and my eyes wide open, mouth wide open. Yeah.
It was really good. Oh, my God.
I told people why Shaq couldn't shoot a free throw.
Here we go. Why?
I told you. Because Shaq wears a size 23 shoe. He's actually lining up at the top of the key, shooting his free throws.
He did wear 20. No, that was Pablo. Oh, he did wear 23, didn't he? Or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, Pablo did.
Yes.
Coach Smith came up there. Coach Smith knew Pablo was college coach at St. Bonaventure, so he had Pablo just in a pair of shoes. Coach Smith kept those shoes in his office, man. It was crazy how big them shoes were, man.
Yeah, so Shaq's not lined up on the free throw line. He's lined up way behind.
Didn't
Donovan Mitchell.
Reebok hired Shaq is now the head of Reebok? I think that's right, Hap.
Shaq is the head of Reebok?
I think he is.
What?
The basketball division, not the total shoe company, but the basketball division.
Introducing Shaquille O'Neal as president
he might be.
of basketball.
President of Reebok basketball, Shaquille O'Neal.
He's
how
a
many
hell of a
checks?
businessman.
Reebok?
So how many checks is Shaq getting, man?
Right.
Jesus Christ.
He owns a lot of like restaurant franchises and stuff.
The General, Reebok.
When I pay my insurance, car insurance, Sam, it says, Shaquille O'Neal, thank you for calling me General.
You might as well.
It does.
Shaq gets some of that money.
And I get a little piece of everything. And I think he also hired.
Shaq,
I think he also hired. Rehired Allen Iverson.
Yeah, VP.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what it says here. Oh well, no, that was an interview. I don't know if he actually did it, but no, actually they did. They
did.
Yeah,
Allen Iverson is vice president. Lord have mercy, what's going on? Oh man! All right, here we go.
That's why you don't hear about Reebok.
Hey, what they call you right now and want you to endorse them? They're gonna pay you $250,000 a year. What you be wearing tomorrow?
Oh, I will wear the Reebok sandals.
Play basketball in them. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Happy.
With $250, you damn right.
Damn right. Happy. Shedeur Sanders supposedly is dropping in the draft. Who's this comp playing? Now, granted, at Colorado, Shedeur Sanders had no offensive line, no running game, yet he completed 74% of his passes. Who's this comp, man, playing the NBA right now? Playing the NFL right now, Hap. Who you think? Tell you who I think it is?
Yeah.
Tua. Both are small.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tua and Sanders are kind of saying both smallish, not great athletes, good enough, but incredibly accurate. That's what that's what I think. Do you agree with me on that?
No, I don't agree with that.
Okay, it's okay.
Because,
who you got?
Tua's not athletic at all, and Sanders is.
I said,
so,
well, okay.
I wouldn't put Tua in the same boat with him. Because Sanders can run when he has to run. Tua cannot run when he has to run.
Yeah, Tua's not the greatest batter, but he is accurate, though.
No, he is accurate, but he's not an athletic quarterback, and Shedeur Sanders is. You know, that kid threw for 4,100 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And did all that with a suspect offensive line, some make-believe receivers, and a not to talk about defense. So
yeah,
that's pretty amazing stat. So, and I don't know if there's anybody in the NFL like him. Maybe Jaden Daniels might be like him. They're about the same size, the same build. They both are very athletic. They both are very accurate passers. They both command the huddle. People want to play for them. People want to play with them.
Yeah.
They believe in them.
They will like.
So
yeah,
I'd say he might be the one, much more than Tua to me.
But you seriously can't think that Shedeur Sanders runs like Jaden Daniels, though.
Well, if he has to, he can. He doesn't do it because he doesn't have to. So
with no line, will you think that would lead to him?
74% of your passes.
74%.
Well,
bro.
he didn't run for distance. He ran in order to get the ball off.
Right.
So there's a difference. When Jay Daniels was in college, when he ran for distance. When Shedeur Sanders runs, he's running to get to a place where he can deliver the pass. Because he's more
that makes total sense.
Pass first, then run.
That makes total sense. And you better hope you never do a show standing right beside me. All right. That's a great point, man. One ran for distance, one ran to keep the play going.
Yeah. So
happy
because he often had to run for his life. That's why it's amazing that he completed and threw for over 4,000 yards.
74%, bro.
That way.
Not happy.
It's amazing.
Your second hometown, Cleveland. Should the Browns take Shedeur Sanders? I think so. They don't have a quarterback right now.
Well, I don't. here's why I don't think the Browns should take him. The Browns are not equipped to have a good quarterback.
Right.
I'm not saying that they don't need one, but the quarterback they bring in is not going to be good because they don't have any pieces around him.
You got a running game. What's the
like,
man's
for
name?
example, he just came off an injury, man. I don't know if it's going to be the same again or not. The guy from Georgia. The guy from Georgia. Yeah. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I seen that he did. But he came back last year, so this be the second year. He got hurt again?
Yeah.
Oh,
came back
so
last year, yeah.
I'm wrong. Yeah.
No. So it's Ford is in the backfield, and I forget the guy's name, but they have quality running backs, yes, but you need receivers to make a young quarterback, look good and play good.
Hey,
and Cleveland is not equipped.
One of your guys from Alabama, and he Cleveland's number one receiver now, Judy.
Jerry Judy. He just got there last year, though.
Mm-hmm.
So he's there. That's
How many
true.
catches? How many catches, Sam?
He's there.
He had 90.
9 receptions, 1,229 yards.
1,000 yards.
Yeah, 1,229 yards.
Yeah.
14 yards a reception.
Because see, when you're, no, Jerry Judy's great. He's great. But you got to have some pieces in place when you get a brand new young quarterback out of college in there.
Wait a minute.
You have to.
Wait a minute.
You have to make it as easy.
You're telling me Amari Cooper's going back to Cleveland? There's no way that's true.
No, he's back in Buffalo.
I don't know.
He's in Buffalo now.
All right.
He left Cleveland, went to Buffalo.
Right.
Mid-season, yeah.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, he did. You're right. After 7 games. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I just saw that and it blew my mind.
Yeah. I was confused for a second, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So say again, repeat your Jerry Judy story, point.
Yeah, I mean, as great as Jerry Judy is, they had to focus on him. But remember now, Jerry Judy is one of the top in the NFL at yards after catch.
Yeah, yak.
So whoever the quarterback was last year, whether it be Jameson or half the year, it was the masseuse boy. I forget his name now.
He's got a hyphenated name, Robinson something.
No, before the quarterback they gave all the money to. Why can't
Deshaun Watson?
Oh, yeah.
Deshaun Watson, right?
Yeah.
So, because Deshaun Watson played about 5 or 6 games last year, I think.
Yeah, he got hurt.
And then Jameson came in, and they alternated between him and the hyphenated name. Yeah. So,
Thompson Robinson.
But Judy was the only person that they, threw to. I mean, literally every down he threw to him, and a lot of them were just quick out passes that he actually gained more yards on after the catch. So, if you, yeah, he's a good receiver. He's reliable. And he's their number one. But if I'm bringing Shedeur Sanders in, I almost want a situation like when Tom Brady went to Tampa. I want 2 1A guys.
Yeah.
I want a tight end, and I want an offensive line in place. Because you bring that kid in, you don't bring him in to sit and watch because there's nothing to watch. You bring him in to start.
Yeah.
Right.
So he'll be playing from day one. He should be named the starter from day one.
Well,
right.
And I don't know if you want to put a kid in that situation. I mean, look what happened in with the Panthers.
Yeah.
Oh, with Bryce Young?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, make your point, Sam. Sam had a point.
I was just going to say, that's where, if you're the Browns, it might make sense to get, like, a Travis Hunter or somebody, start building the pieces around, and then the next year or year after you get your quarterback.
I think Travis Hunter's going to be with the Giants.
Right.
But
what did he say, Wood? I didn't hear Sam.
Repeat your point, Sam.
I was saying it might make sense for the Browns to get a wide receiver like Travis Hunter, like some kind of piece, and then get your quarterback a couple years down the line.
Yeah, I think that they need to build that offense from the outside in.
Outside in?
Put the pieces in place so when you do that, yes, from the outside in. And I mean, when I say outside in, I mean receivers on down from the outside in. And, because you hate for him to go there and just have 3 or 4 years of just horrible football.
Yeah.
Right.
You
just hate to see that happen.
That sort of feels like how the Vikings did it started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got 10 minutes left, Hap. We're going to go with this. NFL hypothetical. I see the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin having their worst year in a long time if they sign Aaron Rodgers. DK Metcalf, who they gave $150 million to unnecessarily because wide receiver is the one position that they have developed over the last couple of decades. Go all the way back to Hines Ward. DK Metcalf, he's loud. And that Pickens kid who's good but can't get his head on right. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know why the Pittsburgh did that. Do you think they're going to wait around for Aaron Rodgers?
Well,
I can use your old
like
line.
you always say it would.
I can use your old line. Who else are going to get? Go.
It's like, yeah, that's true, but it's like you always say it would about Pittsburgh, and you're absolutely right when you say this.
What's that?
They don't concentrate on offense.
They don't, man. I don't
They
get
just concentrate on defense.
I've never
they
seen.
can't score the. They can't score the football.
Yeah.
So
They could trade up for Sanders. That's what all these articles are saying.
and
Really?
That might
How about
make
that?
sense.
Have trading up for Shador Sanders.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They got the receivers.
What pick do they have now?
21, I think.
If he does fall, like
Yeah, I
everybody's
guess he
saying,
could fall to them, but that'd be far.
that'd be a long way to fall,
Yeah.
though, bro. Somebody can get him for that. He's not
Yeah.
going to last the 22nd,
Yeah.
21st
Yeah,
pick.
somebody will get it before then.
Way before then.
All these desperate teams in NFL, somebody's going to get him before 22nd.
Yeah, I would hope
Yeah.
so.
The
That'd
Giants.
be
The
cool.
Giants are
Too many
definitely taking him.
desperate teams in NFL.
The Giants definitely.
Yeah.
The Giants,
Giants
they
will
have
take him in a
no
heartbeat.
quarterback. Motherfucking Drew Lock. Stink.
Yeah. So the Giants, and the other thing too is, these teams can't pass on. There's about 3 or 4 quarterbacks that they cannot pass on. Jackson Dart is going to go high.
Underrated.
Dylan Gabriel.
He gonna help somebody. Who? Gabriel from
That
Morgan?
guy should
Yeah.
go high. Dylan Gabriel. Yes. Tell you something about that kid, man. A lot of people realize this, all right? Dylan Gabriel played 6 years of college football.
Right.
Only 1 year he did not throw for over 3,800 yards.
Yeah, that's impressive. He played 6 years?
That's very impressive.
So he must know Bo Nix real
Yeah.
well. Does he know Bo Nix? Man, come on, bro. But you're 30.
That's 6-year reunion class.
That's a lot.
Just done.
That's a lot of college football, man. But one thing you can say with all those 6 years, a lot of starts, right? So he's got the goods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I mean, there's quarterbacks like that out there. Then Ward will go somewhere early. Sanders and Dart and Gabriel. And,
I think you
so-
bringing up Jackson Dart is good because I think that guy's a steal of the draft. He can sling it, can't he? Have?
I agree, man. I
Yeah.
agree. And
Got that crazy
and
hair.
that's all thanks to Lane Kiffin. Like him or not like him, but you got to thank Lane Kiffin for that.
Well, you might not like Lane Kiffin, but you can't say he can't coach some offensive football. He can do that.
That is true. That is
All right,
true.
here we go.
And so,
We got 5 minutes. Hey, has there ever been a warm city NFL dynasty? No. Dynasty mean 3 Super Bowls
yeah,
or more.
of course.
Who?
The Dolphins.
They won 2. They didn't win 3.
But they went to 3.
Who did they lose to? They beat the Vikings. They beat Washington. They did lose somebody. Here you go. Go in the 70s.
Yeah.
Go back. Stop.
So,
Here we go.
and
Here
the
we go,
other
Hap.
thing-
Here we go, Hap.
The other thing that makes them,
Nope. They went to 2.
They went to 3. They lost to the Cowboys first.
Doing it 3 in a row. That's why I hate Hap. I stand corrected. They lost to Dallas in 72, and they won in 73 and 74.
Dallas.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
And remember now,
And who's
and you gotta
Dallas'
remember one thing
quarterback?
about the
Hap,
Dolphins.
who was Dallas' quarterback?
It was Roger Staubach, I believe.
No. Right before Staubach took over. Come on, Happy.
Oh, it was.
Come on, Hap.
Was it?
Number 14.
Shoot.
Then he
Craig
went-
Morton.
Craig Morton. Then he went to Denver. That's right, Craig Morton.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good one, Happy.
So yeah, Miami was a warm weather team that won a lot of games. I mean, they won a lot of games.
You could put
So,
actually, you know what? I take that back. You can put my you can put my Raiders in there. Oakland's warm weather.
Raiders.
Yeah.
San Francisco
Dallas,
was a
pretty warm.
dynasty in the late '80s. San Francisco was great.
Not
But
too
are they warm weather though?
All right.
You know,
Because have you been out? You done comedy out there? You know, at that sun go down, it ain't warm. no more.
California.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd say California is a warm weather state.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's,
Well, that's what Sam's
know?
from. Sam, would you call San Francisco a warm weather city?
Yeah.
No, but California's warm weather in general. But San Francisco is cold all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that song by Tony Bennett? I left my heart in San Francisco. I left my winter coat in San Francisco.
Yeah, but you got to. But it's what do you consider cold? That's the question.
Yeah.
Who's
So
the
Right.
judge?
in San
Who's the judge?
Francisco, it might be 60 or 55, but
It's
that's not
Minnesota.
cold to me.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
Sam. So in the summertime, after that sun goes down, you look at San Francisco. How far are you from San Francisco?
Like 3 hours, maybe 2 hours. Yeah.
Like that sun
Yeah.
goes down, it changed a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gets cold and foggy.
So where's he from? Where's Sam from?
Like Tahoe. Go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
like near Tahoe, between Sacramento and Tahoe. So a couple
Man,
hours.
I used to work there all the time, Sam, in Lake Tahoe.
It's cool, beautiful place, but it's cool. It's I don't know. I wouldn't call
At the
it cold
casino
weather.
in Lake Tahoe.
That's yeah.
I stand corrected.
No, it's
because-
not
On the
cold
Nevada
weather.
side.
I
Yeah.
stand corrected because the reason I put that in the topics, the warm weather dynasty, was I caught the very end of something in my car on the sports channel, and they were saying there's never been or warm weather dynasty, and you just blew it out in like less than 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, you saying Miami and who else?
Can't listen to everything here on the radio.
True. Who else?
You got to
Sam?
take any California team. San Francisco was a dynasty.
Yeah. Dallas is pretty warm, I would say. And they've got some.
That's not
No.
warm weather city. Stop.
Dallas. Yeah. Texas is a warm weather state. Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
So warm that 2 years ago they had that
There's
power outage.
there's a few of them, Wood.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Well, I was definitely wrong with that one. NBA Hap. NBA, OKC 29-1 against the NBA East. Is it NBA least in conference? Or is the East that bad? I say yes. The exception,
I'm
the
pretty
best
sure
team,
that if you compare,
the best team is Boston. They're in the East, but they play in a weaker division. I mean, a weaker conference, no doubt about it. I think
yeah, if you compare the records between the West top six and the East top six, I think you see a large disparity of wins opposed to losses
Sam's looking at it right now.
For the
Here we go.
East
Here we go, Hap. We'll
as
run 'em out.
opposed to the West.
Room I have in the East: Cleveland 62-16, Boston 58-20, Knicks 50-28, Pacers, the most Jekyll and Hyde team in the league, 47-31, Milwaukee, who has actually been treading water pretty well with the loss of Leonard, 44-34, and the surprise team of the year, the Detroit Pistons, who won 14 games last year. They're 43-36. In the West, we got OKC 64-14. Houston, 52-27. By the way, underrated, 48-30. The Lakers, who got punched tonight by OKC.
Mm-hmm.
Denver, 47-32. Clips, underrated, by the way, Hap, moving in, doing something I didn't think they would do. And the Golden State Warriors, both 46 and 32.
four-way tie there, too, with Timberwolves and Memphis also 46.
I didn't see that Hap. Four-way tie. Clips, Warriors, Timberwolves, and Grizzlies, all 46 and 32.
That might be what the Nuggets are scared of, too, only a half
That
game
might be
ahead.
what they were griping on.
Yeah.
With the firing of Mike Malone, which is crazy.
Yeah. Yep. So, and you look at that and you go, okay, so the team that in the East that made the playoffs, one of them's 34-34 or something like that, didn't you say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
37-41.
37-41, Atlanta right now.
Yeah.
Losing record.
And the worst record in the West is 46 and 32, like playoff team.
Yeah.
Still winning a winning record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of
They're both
reminds me of,
500.
you know, it reminds me of, remember
You know,
the year the Panthers made the playoffs at 7-8-1? Remember that?
yeah.
Against Seattle.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
My man had that crazy run. Go ahead and make your point, Happy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that I think the other thing, too, is and I haven't really done any research on this. I'm just talking off the top of my head. But if I'm not mistaken, aren't most of the quote-unquote superstars in the West?
You know, have that started, man, when Shaq left Orlando and went to the Lakers. Weber went from
Los Angeles, yeah.
Weber went from Washington to Sacramento. Rasheed
Sacramento,
Wallace went
yeah.
from Washington to Portland. It all happened in like 2 years.
Yeah, isn't that the case though?
Yeah,
That's the case now, right? I like I said, I don't know, but or more superstars over there. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, super duper stars. Yeah,
But,
yeah.
yeah.
You're superstar. You're super duper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Clyde
'cause
Jackson was a superstar.
Butler
Michael Jordan
was the star from Miami, right?
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, now he's in the West.
Now he's in the West.
Was the star from Miami. Then he
There's
went
one
to the
more.
West.
There's
Yeah.
one more good trade this year.
So, well, Luka stayed in the West.
Yeah.
So,
Well, Butler
but,
going,
as
Butler
far
going
as,
from Miami to Golden State though changed their whole thing. Man, they're like 22-5 with Butler, and like 20-2 when Butler. And Curry
yeah,
both
I mean,
played.
it certainly gave them a shot in the arm, a new way of life,
You ain't lying.
which is great for them. I mean, if they could just get that boy Gazinga, whatever his name is,
Kuminga.
just get him to play on Kuminga, get him to play under control, man. He's a tremendous player, but
Yeah,
damn, he just
always going
makes,
too fast.
He takes a lot of bad shots and he makes bad decisions. Man, just because that kid is tremendous, man.
He's a player.
Good Lord.
He's a player.
Yes.
I'll ask you two this, man,
Right.
about a player.
And
So go ahead, finish. I'll ask you after you finish.
No, and I was just going to say this real quick before you say that. And I don't know if Golden State, even with Jimmy Butler, can win a championship.
Yeah.
Well, what's looking like is if things hold as they are, they'll play. I think the Lakers in the first round. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, things hold like they are.
If they stay, but I just don't think they have enough to get all the way to the finals. I mean, granted, Butler has become, what they needed.
You can't rebound,
and so.
But I'm telling you, man.
Well,
your point.
I mean,
with Curry and his footwork, it's unbelievable to watch that guy run around and economize. Like you said, by the time they catch up with him, they take 2 or 3 more steps to get steady. By the time they take those 2 or 3 steps, he done shot the ball and run back the other way. That's what I've noticed. Yeah,
it's over. It's kind of like chasing a chicken or a squirrel.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
The best way to the best way to catch him is to shoot him.
Yeah.
So
shoot me in the leg.
Yeah. Other than that, until Steph gets old and he starts to lose a couple of steps here and there,
he'll be 37.
It's going to be hard to corral that guy.
He still got it.
Yeah, there's going to be a drop off in next year or the year after. It's going to be a drop off.
Yeah. And last NBA thing, if you can ever play 75 games a year, let you to win a championship, the Dallas Mavericks are going to be a problem next year, man, with a healthy Anthony Davis, man. And if Kyrie can come back halfway decent,
and a healthy Kyrie Irving,
they're gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
they're gonna be a problem, bro.
Yeah, because they have who's the other boy? Is it Likely?
Yeah, Derek Likely will be the center back. They got that two-headed center, Likely and Gafford, and then they got old rusty Klay Thompson still getting 18 a game. So they're gonna be a problem, man.
Yeah, but who's the other forward though?
P.J. Washington.
Shoot.
P.J. Washington.
P.J. Washington. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem.
They're going to be a problem,
They are going to be a problem.
They're going to be a problem, man. So,
yeah.
We're going to see.
Did you say the Lakers lost tonight to OKC?
Yeah.
They ended up losing by like 20.
Handily.
It was close for most of the game. But
all right, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to revisit something real quick that I don't think we gave enough time to. I just want to talk about the men's final for a moment.
Houston, Florida?
I want to talk about the Houston Cougars. Yeah, I do believe this. I think that championship game and that semifinal game between Duke and Houston may have been two of the best basketball games I've seen in probably 20 years.
Get out of here.
That's
a big statement. If you said 5 years maybe, or 3 years, but 20? All those great Big East and ACC games you watched over the years?
I'm thinking, yeah, but a lot of them didn't have what was on stake at this game. That's what made this game great.
Stakes always make, stakes does drive up. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. They had Big East games that were great, but they were in the Big East.
Yeah.
Very few Big East teams played each other in a championship. So
I can think of
these two games were everything. They were everything a basketball game should be. Everything a basketball game should be.
I've rarely seen a team collapse like Duke did that last, Sam, 2 minutes?
Yeah, one field goal in 11 minutes.
Well, I'm talking about collapse, like the last 3 minutes, they still had the game. They were up 6 points with 35 seconds.
Right.
Couldn't inbound the ball.
Got a 50% free throw.
Missing free throws in the clutch.
I told you, but that's for.
What's that, Happy?
I told you why they did that.
You can't simulate the game pressure in practice no matter how much you practice it. Is that what you're saying?
Well, they didn't play close games at all. All their games were 13 points and more.
They were so far ahead of people. Yeah, I got you.
See, they don't know how to react in that kind of situation.
Hey, know that,
and that kind of pressure, especially from Houston, who's known for pressure defense.
Oh yeah,
so they had no clue how to deal with that.
You know that one of Houston's top players, Emmanuel Sharps from Tampa, that guard, real strong guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's 13 points a game. He's not bad.
Yeah,
he might be an NBA player. I know him from Tampa though.
But now the question is this: now is Cooper Flag gone?
Nah, that's actually a topic that we can talk about and take us down to the exit mark. Happy, you and Sam, you're Cooper Flag. Do you go to Duke and say, give me $12 million, I'll come back, and give me a $100 million insurance policy? No, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Because they can go to pro. He go to NBA right now. He's looking at $200 million.
Yeah, I think he's got to go. I don't know.
What blows my mind, Happy, is I knew it, but it just wasn't in my mind for some reason. That kid should be a high school senior. That's how good he is.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something too, Wood. I like I told you guys before. I don't think that he's going to get to the NBA and be great.
Right. You said that.
You
last
mean
week, yeah.
even if he's a fourth year NBA guy, he won't be getting 18 a game?
Maybe by his fourth year. But I don't think he's going to go like people think he is.
Here's what I think, man.
And I don't think because he's not Wemby.
No, he's a big brand player though, meaning he can't go to Charlotte or Washington because they're so bad. He can't save them, but he can go to San Antonio and team with Wemby and Fox. Chicago, team with White.
But see, that's not what they expect him to do, though.
I'm saying he's so good he get drafted too high. So I don't know. Go back, play at Duke.
He'll be the first pick.
Go back and Duke one more year, man, and get those things I asked for. They'll give it to him. Duke's got one of the top 15 endowments in the country.
Because you
hear me?
He does not, possess a skill set that is unique to the NBA.
No.
Well, he just turned 18, so he can get that, though. I'm not saying he's the best player I've seen in the last 10 years, anything like that. I'm saying NBA needs that guy, though. The best 5 players in the league are foreign.
Right.
Yeah. Best 5 players in the league are foreign. SGA, Jokic, Giannis, Luka, and we're leaving out somebody. Well, 4 of the best 5 are foreign guys. A domestic player from a big brand school that everybody knows will help the NBA again.
Mm-hmm.
And his pocketbook.
If he doesn't disappoint.
Well, you always take that chance. I knew Michael.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And I think he's not going to do what those guys did when they came into the league.
Not if he goes to Washington or Charlotte.
Utah.
Utah
doesn't matter where he goes.
Has great management though. But I see your point.
Yeah.
He needs to be part of a big brand with some established players.
He,
Go Happy.
he'll be better off going to a Charlotte or somewhere like that, because then he can become the player they want him to be. He can put up a lot of numbers, a lot of
Right, he has
shots,
a
a lot of
chance.
points, because they're going to depend on him to do that.
Well, Dominic Wilkins averaged more points than James Worthy ever did in the NBA. But who's remembered? Who do they talk about?
Well, Worthy, because he played with the Lakers.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think if he goes to a big brand, he'll be all right. Or if he goes to, Sam made a good point. Sam said Utah.
Well, I mean, they've got a star out there, Michael. He's a damn good player in his own right, and
Right.
Who?
they probably could use, 6 Michael.
Yeah.
If they're
Oh,
forward
Marketing.
out
Yeah,
there.
he's a good
Yeah,
player. Laurie Marketing, yeah.
Former Bull. Yeah.
He played in
played at Arizona.
Cleveland for a
Yeah.
minute, I think.
Nah, Chicago.
Yeah.
He can shoot that jump shot at 6'10". He can shoot it.
But I mean, none of these teams are going to have a great future, even if they get him.
Your old friend Ron Harper's son's gonna be high in there. Dylan Harper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that kid can play, man.
Yeah. It's other brothers already in the league. Ron's got 2 guys.
Yeah.
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 Keep going, Sam.
Sure.
So, I don't listen. If I'm Cooper Flagg and I'm his family, I'm going to sit down and talk to the administration and Coach Shire at Duke.
They can get that money, man.
And first thing I'm going to find out is not about the money. I would find out, who are you bringing in to play with me if I come back next year? That's the first thing I have to find out.
Right.
Is it going to be worth me staying here if you don't bring in the kind of people that we can win a national championship with again? So then I'd find out who's staying from this year's team. How many starters are staying?
Right, because
Is
Knipple
Knipple going to stay?
Malik, too, are both.
Is the big dude in the middle going to stay?
I think.
Because I'm him. If I'm Cooper Flagg, if I'm Cooper Flagg, I'm putting myself in a position to do nothing but win. Period. Not just the ACC, not just the regular season. I'm putting myself in a position to get back to the championship game and win.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the reason to stay.
And if you show me the players that you have coming in, and I don't see them as somebody I can win with, then I'm going to the NBA.
What about dude? Knipple's underrated, man.
He'll
He
be
can
top
stay at
10.
Duke another year, and his stock go up.
But I think it's a bigger risk for him almost to stay because Flagg's going to stay highly rated unless some crazy injury. But Knipple could have a step back or something for whatever reason and drop out of. He's projected in the lottery right now.
What's it called? When you go around the league once, you kill everybody, then they get film on you.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. So your thing would be who you bringing in to help me?
That's right. Next year, Duke has the Boozer twins. Carlos Boozer's sons are coming in to.
Both his sons are coming to Duke next year.
169, 165, 6'4".
How's that happen?
So that would be my thing.
They got a pretty crazy recruiting class, actually. They got.
I've never seen any of them play, so I don't.
Right. Yeah. It's all just numbers. Right?
Yeah, it's all just numbers.
Yeah.
Well, I do know this: they're not giving those scholarships away to regular guys.
True.
Or what they think are regular guys. Hey, excuse me, guy down the street in the corner, you want to come play for us? That doesn't happen. Yeah, they check you out. Hey, what do you think about Knipple, man? You think he's an NBA player? I do.
Yeah, I think he could play. I mean,
now he's definitely a team guy.
He's a guy that plays. He plays solid defense. He's a tremendous passer. He doesn't turn the ball over. He takes good shots. And the one thing that I like that he does, he plays hard every minute he's in the game.
Has to, yeah, because he's not crazy athletically. Yeah, he does play hard though. I think the word we're looking for is coachable.
I just don't think that Cooper Flagg is going to make an impact like a lot of people think he is in the NBA.
Well, you know what I always say, man. What do I always say with that? We'll find out why. That's why they play them games, man. We'll see. And usually,
Because you knew Wemby was going to come in the NBA and make a difference.
Zion.
You know he was going to make a difference even before he got there.
Yeah, Zion.
Same thing. You knew
Yeah.
these people, and I don't put Flag in that group, man.
No.
I see what you're saying. He's not off the charts athletically. Playing for Duke didn't hurt him. So we'll see. I'm telling you, man, that big dude for Duke, that center. How you pronounce his name? Maluk?
I always said Malik, but I don't know
Malik?
if that's
Well,
right.
what his name may be?
Maluch.
Maluch. Hap crazy. I'm telling you, man, that big dude for Duke can play. If he comes back, if I was cool play, they'll make me thinking. Maybe come back. But they're talking about numbers, man. That I can't.
And like I said, that's if I'm Cooper Flag, that's one of the things I would find out if I'm considering coming back. Now,
who's coming back?
He may have already said, "Look, I'm one and done. No matter what happens.
I don't know.
No matter what happens, I'm one and done." He may have already said that. I don't know.
What's the kid's name coming in for Carolina next year?
Caleb Wilson.
He said that I'm gonna be a one and done player.
Yeah.
Is he a high school player or is he transferred in from somewhere?
He's a high school player.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
He's got a lot to live up to. Doesn't he have
that.
a lot to live up to?
Well, I don't know. I mean, because you said he's one and done.
He said that when he signed his national letter of intent.
I don't like it.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't like when players do that though.
Unless you're absolute.
Don't like that.
Unless you are Wemby. Unless you are Zion Williamson. It ain't bragging if you can do it, but he's not that guy.
It doesn't matter who you are. You should never say that. You should never say that. It doesn't matter who you are.
I'm with you. But I'm saying in case you do, and you're one of those guys, that softens the blow some. If you say that and you're not one of those guys.
No, because that's telling me that you really don't give a damn about the team.
Yeah. Or the program. Yeah.
So, and I don't want to hear that when you come play for me.
Yeah.
If I'm a coach or an administrator, I don't want to hear, "Hey, I'm telling y'all right now, I don't give a shit about all this basketball here, one and done. All I'm here to do is showcase my talents for a year,
get this money
and then I'm out of here." See, that tells me you don't give a damn about my team or my program or my coaching staff or the other players in this team. That's what that tells me.
Hey, that guy for BYU.
Igor.
Yeah, Igor, 6'9" guard. Now, everybody want to compare everybody to Magic Johnson. If you're over 6'5", you can take a dribble without falling down. This kid's pretty good, man, but he can't shoot. The Magic's thing when he first got in the league. And he wasn't shaky on defense and a lot of turnovers. But he is 6'9", he does see the court. People gotta understand, man, how good Magic was, man. He just happened to be 6'9". I think Magic and Kareem not Kareem, Magic and Curry hurt basketball a little, man. People taking 3-pointers now who shouldn't be taking them. And Magic had people thinking they could play point guard just because they can take a couple dribbles and not fall. But this kid from BYU is a good player, Hap. You gotta check him out if you ever go on YouTube and see some of his stuff. He's a foreigner, Igor Demon. So we'll see what's going on with him. BYU made it to the Sweet 16, man. Ooh,
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, BYU's nice, man. Hap, what player did you dislike in the NBA that went to BYU?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I disliked. I don't know if you disliked him. He went to BYU, played for Boston. Was a good player.
We don't have time for that.
All right, Danny Ainge.
Yeah. Didn't like Ainge.
He could play.
Didn't like Detmeyer.
You talking about Detmer, that quarterback?
Yeah, didn't like him. Didn't like that white kid.
He won the Heisman over.
He played there.
Marshall Falk.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, come on, man.
Ty Detmer. That was his name.
So, yeah, didn't like him. Didn't like the white kid when he played there. I mean, I don't mean white as in race. I mean, his last name was White.
For BYU?
White. Yeah, they're all white, but...
didn't he go to BYU?
Yeah, not anymore. BYU's got the number 1 player in the country next year.
Yeah, he played quarterback there. I think so.
Well, we want to thank everybody for
tuning in. Interesting to see what happens with Cooper Flag.
It's going to be interesting, yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a good summer. We'll find out. Well, thank everybody for tuning in for another edition of the Sporting Guy with Lynwood Robinson and my co-host, Mr. Happy Cole, my stat board guy, Mr. Sam Karpel. And we are... Oh, yeah, you can find me at TSH_TheWood. You can get Mr. Cole at happycole.com on Instagram. Thank you, man. We'll see you next week.
Hey, Wood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, I want to give a shout out to Pablo too, our marketing guy.
Yeah.
So
Paul was awesome, man. He's been right here on Johnny on the
give
Spot.
a shout out to Pablo too.
He didn't go anywhere.
Our marketing guy that makes all this happen for us at the end of the day. So thank you, Pablo.
The studio is awesome. Yeah. Thank you very much, Pablo.